Yo, so Shirley at Entertainment Squad and the Horror Collective sent me through a new film called The Quiet Ones. This is written and directed by Nicholas Winter. The film is produced by Sebastian Toidos. We have cinematography from Nicholas Winter. Rory Sherwood edits the piece. Jordan Graff takes care of costume design. Hair and makeup, all of that jazz. We also have Jordan Graff. Costumes are Jordan Graff. Right, Jordan did a lot on this. That's all the info that we have, unfortunately, on that side of things. Cast-wise, right, we've got Charlotte, played by Kelsey Cook. Her sister Alba is played by Alicia Grace Terrell. Then we have got Danny, played by Sophie Ablett. Danny brings in Briley, played by Isadora Livia. Briley brings in Fabienne, played by Alina Tamara. And then Danny brings in Violet, played by Sophie Chalet. Right, so the gist of the film, right? Desperate for cash, a young woman dives into a wild social media venture with 4 unhinged stars. But fame turns toxic as egos clash, pushing their chaotic crew into a dark spiral of danger and betrayal. Kind of right? It's nearly there. Because, I don't know if you call this social media, right? This is more like your OnlyFans kind of stuff. You might find it on X, right? It might be that. But, essentially, it's all about trying to make some fast cash. And we start the film, right? We've got Charlotte waking up on a sofa, handcuffed to this girl. We find out who the girl is later on, but we're just like, what? So, we have her trying to work out what's going on. And then, right, boom, roll title card, and we start the film from the beginning now, right? And we've got, again, Charlotte asleep on a sofa, this time on her J's, right? Her sister turns up, and she finds out that the house she's living in, she's going to lose it, right? It's her dad's place. He died. She got the house. But, as her sister said, along with, things comes debt attached to those things, right? And Al still had the mortgage. So she's got 700,000 euros to pay in a month, which is like, okay. And I think that's kind of the big setup of the film, right? How is she going to get this money? What's she going to do? What's the gist? Which is, like, with this film, I thought we had some really nice camera work. Guys, like, there's this bit in the beginning when you've got the two sisters talking, and as I think Alba crosses paths with Charlotte, the camera kind of goes and swivels round, and now we're following Alba a little bit. And I thought, that was very slick, right? So we have some really nice camera work, and it's put together well. Right, the film's put together well. The story is like, it's something that you can definitely see happening for sure. Right, it's not out of the realms of disbelief where you're like, who's gonna do that for money? Because hey, people will do a lot of shit, and I think especially after the last few years, you definitely have seen where people are willing to go for money. So that side of things, right, we are fully on board for. You know what I mean? That all works. There are things with the story that are a little bit odd. Right? Like, even at the beginning, we see Charlotte's sister Alba with a box, right? She's come to the house for a box. And we see her holding a box and leaving with the box. Later in the film, we have that's Alba's box. She was looking for that. And we're just like, yeah, we saw her take it. You know what I mean? So we have some weird moments like that. But I think the kind of the setup for everything, because it's all kind of around an interaction on social media. And you just think, would you not kind of do a bit more due diligence, let's say? Now, I think you can give the initial thing, some more leeway, right? Because people do stupid shit, right? And especially when they want money. But I think there are other scenarios from that point that gets like, that does get a little bit if, and you do scratch your head a little bit on some of the things, right? And the interactions, especially, I guess, with like Danny and Briley, because you kind of are under the assumption that they've worked together before, right? So they know each other quite well. But then other things go on, and you're just like, if you know this person, you know they're probably going to be a bit like this. So would you really bring this person? You know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? Is there more to it? And if there is more to it, which is fine, I feel that you need to lay a bit more in the foundation of that thing, Like, our characters don't necessarily have the greatest amount of depth. So, I think you don't have to like everyone. Not everyone in life is likable, but they can be intriguing. You can definitely be like, I mean, I wouldn't want to hang with this person, but goddamn, they are captivating, right? Now, there are millions of people like that. But with this, it's not even that they're that captivating, because I think there's not enough to draw you in, I feel. right? The roles are played well, right? There's nothing wrong with the acting and all of that chat. That's all fine. That all, you know what I mean? I think they nail these characters, it would seem, you know. I definitely think that Sophia Shala does a really good job with Violet in this girl that's just very susceptible for so much, right? I mean, there is a scene with Violet that you do kind of scratch your head a little bit with, because you're just like, wait, where did you think this was gonna go? You know what I mean? Like, surely you must think that like a video isn't gonna be the best situation here, right? But yeah, no, the roles played well, you know. So that side of things is all good, right? Our casting and everything, that's all fine. It's just the motives that get a little bit, you know, and it's the relationships, right? Like, so Charlotte and Danny. Now, you can go, things are brought through lust, right? Lust is, you know, it's a thing, right? People talk about love at first sight. I think that, you know, and then essentially it's lust, right? Because you don't know someone to love that person. But there are things that can draw you in. Now, you then build on those to form that love. And there are degrees of love, different types of love and all of that. But what is it that's actually drawing them in, right? What is this relationship? Because we don't really see it build, you know? Which, I mean, it can be fine, but you just think it would add more, right? It adds more complexity to what is actually happening if you can fully buy into the relationship. You feel me? So we have all of these things. Now, I did think, because, you know, they're using social media, using DMs, all of this kind of thing, right? Now, the way they show all of this, text comes up on the screen, right? There's usually, we see, you know, someone with their phone, blah, 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 and then they might zoom in slightly to the phone screen, right, to show the phone, but it's still, and especially for me, to see the text on that phone, right? But here, they are putting the text on the screen, using kind of different font to this, you know, to fit a different character and a different situation and all of this kind of thing. So I thought that was a good way of, you know, bringing that side of things to life, you know. So that worked. That worked well, you know. But yeah, it's the conclusion of the film. You do, I mean, you do kind of find yourself going a bit like, I don't know. I don't know about that. Right? I don't know about that. I kind of think it would have maybe worked a little bit better if you had you ignored it a little bit, right? I think that could have worked a little bit better. Like, there are things where you can still get to the same place, but it's just the way you frame it. I mean, Nicholas had a vision, And he followed through on all of that, right? So all power to Nicholas, right? It's just your buy-in to some of the things that we see. Like there's things that you go, yeah, I can see them doing that for sure. But it's, yeah, buying into some of the other things and then being like, what about all the video cameras? What about, right? There's a lot of things that you now have to bypass, right? Or potentially deal with. And it's just like, these motherfuckers are so reckless. I cannot see them, you know what I mean, taking care of all of this. Right, they might remember one or two things, but they're going to forget some stuff for sure. Right? For sure. So, yeah, it's a little bit like, And also, once everything's in the cloud, it's kind of there forever. You know, you can never really delete shit. So, yeah. Yeah, it's like The Quiet Ones is interesting. I think we've had stronger films, right? Doing a kind of similar thing. Like, if you think about, right, there was that film from a couple of years ago, I think, Influencer. It was a Shudder film. We covered it on the pod. That was very good. There was also, oh my God, what is it called? I think it was called Lucky. I think that's what it was called. Right? We looked at it around a similar time of that other film, Slacks, which was very good. Right? Yeah, that was really good, but that was slightly a different kind of concept. But yeah, we had these films that are similar, but I think was slightly stronger, you know? I think there's like Deadstream, I think it was I think it was last year. All does blur a little bit. That was another Shudder one, right? So I think they're slightly stronger, but, you know, and you can look at stuff like Echo Boomers, which was really good. You know, you've got a group of kids coming together. They're not using social media or anything like that, but there are themes that cross over. And that was very well done. Seth Savoy did a great job with Echo Boomers, you know. But yeah, The Quiet Ones, as I say, strong performances, good camera work, so interesting visuals and all of that. Just in places, the story, I think, could have been stronger. But, you know, I think if you liked any of the other films I just mentioned, I think you possibly would enjoy it. I think you possibly do want to give it a look, right? If you're a fan of the films the Horror Collective put out, you know, I think it's, you know, stronger than a lot of the stuff, right? But, you know, I mean, they've had some great films, you know what I mean? Like, Chad Gets the Axe, Dagger, Ghosts of the Void, Silent of the Prey. We looked at the Last Cabin recently. You know what I mean? So they've had some solid hits. So yeah, if you're a fan of what they do, I think you might want to check out The Quiet Ones, which you will be able to find on all your favorite VODs right now.